If you have diabetes or prediabetes and you feel like you're doing everything right, but your blood sugar still won't cooperate, there's a reason that almost never gets explained. You cut carbs, you take your medication, you check your numbers, yet you're still tired, still cramping at night, still dealing with nerve pain, poor sleep, anxiety, or sugar cravings. What most people don't realize is that diabetes isn't just about sugar. It quietly drains the nutrients your body needs for insulin to work. And once those run low, everything gets harder. I'm Afsoon, a primary care clinician. On this channel, I break down health topics in a way that actually makes sense. If you want practical, evidence-based guidance that focuses on preventing complications instead of chasing numbers, subscribe. Now let me explain what diabetes is really doing behind the scenes. Every time blood sugar runs high, your kidneys try to protect you by flushing that extra sugar out. But sugar isn't the only thing that leaves. Magnesium, zinc, and chromium go with it. So the longer someone has diabetes or insulin resistance, the more depleted they become, even if they're eating pretty healthy. That's why people feel stuck. Let's start with the one that causes the most damage when it runs low. Magnesium is one of those minerals most people never think about until it's gone. And in diabetes, it disappears fast. High blood sugar causes magnesium to spill into the urine. Stress burns through it. Sugar, caffeine, alcohol, and processed foods drain it even more. Over time, levels drop quietly. What does that feel like? People start getting leg cramps or foot cramps at night, eye twitching, tingling or burning in their feet. They feel exhausted even after sleeping. They feel anxious or wired at night, but tired during the day. Sleep gets lighter. Palpitations show up out of nowhere. Most people think, that's just stress, that's just aging. It's not. Magnesium is what allows insulin to signal properly. It helps glucose move from the blood into the cell. When magnesium is low, insulin knocks, but the cell doesn't open the door. That's insulin resistance. Magnesium also protects nerves, keeps blood vessels flexible, supports the heart, and prevents kidney stone formation. Without it, complications show up faster. The good news is that food helps. Pumpkin seeds, leafy greens like spinach and Swiss chard, almonds, avocado, even dark chocolate, all provide magnesium in forms your body recognizes. For many people, food isn't quite enough. In that case, magnesium glycinate or bisglycinate tend to absorb well and are gentle on the stomach. Most people do well with 200 to 400 milligrams, especially in the evening. If any of that sounded familiar, you're not alone, and it's not in your head. Now let's talk about the mineral your pancreas depends on. Zinc doesn't get much attention, but your pancreas absolutely needs it. It's involved in how insulin is stored and released. In diabetes, zinc is lost faster through the urine, especially when blood sugar runs high. Chronic inflammation also uses zinc up quickly. When zinc starts running low, things feel off. Cuts take longer to heal. People get sick more often. Skin becomes more irritated. Taste and smell can dull. Hair thins. Sugar cravings increase. Libido drops. Zinc is also important for nerve protection, immune strength, kidney health, and eye health. Low zinc doesn't just affect blood sugar. It accelerates complications. Food-wise, oysters are the richest source. Beef, lamb, eggs, pumpkin seeds, and chickpeas also help. If supplementation is needed, zinc picolinate or zinc bisglycinate absorb better than most forms. Typically, 15 to 30 milligrams daily is enough. Because zinc and copper balance each other, long-term use should be thoughtful. Chromium is quieter, but it plays a big role. It helps insulin do its job. When chromium is low, insulin becomes less effective, cravings increase, and blood sugar swings become harder to control. Chromium is lost in urine just like magnesium. Stress and refined carbs speed up that loss. When levels drop, people notice strong sugar cravings, fatigue, brain fog, mood swings, and sometimes tingling in the hands and feet. Chromium supports insulin sensitivity, appetite regulation, fat metabolism, kidney protection, and heart health. Broccoli is one of the best food sources. Brazil nuts, eggs, lean beef, and mushrooms also provide small but meaningful amounts. Supplement forms like chromium picolinate or polynicotinate are commonly used, usually in the 200 to 500 microgram range. One important thing: refined sugar, white flour, soda, alcohol, ultra-processed foods, and excessive calcium supplements can all interfere with mineral absorption. You can't fix deficiencies while feeding the problem. If you're only managing diabetes with food rules and medication, you're missing a big part of the picture. Minerals don't replace treatment. They make treatment work better. If you're tired, cramping, dealing with nerve symptoms, cravings, or unstable blood sugar, this is often where the problem starts. If this helped, subscribe for more clear, practical explanations like this. And share it with someone who's frustrated and feels stuck. Your body isn't broken, it's been running on empty.